Nearly everyone in South Vietnam feels that some kind of communist offensive is on the way. It might even come this week in the season of Tet, the South Vietnamese New Year.
January 31st, 1968, marked the beginning of the end of the Vietnam War. Communist guerrillas shattered the Lunar New Year truce by launching a massive offensive throughout South Vietnam. The campaign began during the Tet holiday with a series of more than 100 coordinated attacks aimed at American and South Vietnamese troops.
Vietnam. United States helicopter gunships backed up ground forces in a strong assault on a Viet Cong position only 3 miles from Saigon's Tan Son Nhut Air Base. U.S. and South Vietnamese forces headquarters are located on the airfield's perimeter. The communists had showered the HQ and surrounding area with rockets and mortar bombs. Troops followed up the advantage gained by the air support to knock out the VC.
Within 24 hours, communist forces struck at virtually all the major cities in the country, including Saigon. What had been a guerrilla war fought primarily in the jungles suddenly erupted throughout the entire country and led to major victories for the Viet Cong. The Tet Offensive would prove to be the turning point of the war. The communist ability to stage such a massive offensive stunned America. The public now began to doubt the military's ability to win the war. Without public support, President Johnson knew that the war could not be won on the battlefield. In response to the attack, President Johnson initially dispatched an additional 10,000 combat troops to Vietnam. At the end of March, however, he ordered a restriction on the bombing in North Vietnam, opening the door to peace talks with Hanoi. On May 13th, representatives from the United States and North Vietnam convened in Paris to begin negotiations. The talks would drag on for almost 5 years before an agreement was finally reached in 1973. Even so, the Paris Accords would not bring peace to Indochina, only a brief respite before the fight to the finish. On the morning of April 30th, 1975, more than 2 years after the peace treaty was signed, communist forces would overrun Saigon, and the last American troops would finally leave Vietnam.